Hey guys, insight number 5, last one of the week. I do encourage you to read chapter 26, but it goes better with insight number 4, which is about tithing and relationships. So have a look at that because there's some amazing verses in that about how the blessing of tithing is actually relationship, not stuff. So go have a look at that. But let's look at just 25. He literally compares it to it's compared to Malachi 4. It's pretty much verbatim. Quoting Malachi. So why do you think that is, and why is it important? Of course, it's the famous verses around he's going to send Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. That's verse 5 and verse 6. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children and the heart of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Now, I always used to think that I was the curse because I wasn't interested in family history, but that's actually got nothing, it's interpreting it wrong. But anyway, why do you think Jesus quotes Malachi here? Again, Malachi's going, he's quoting me. Everyone, look, he's quoting me. That's pretty cool. What's so important about this message? Now, this message is about covenant Israel again, actually, because it's about knowing who your ancestors are and how you can connect into that house of Israel, because we all do. Even if it's just through baptism, it's then bringing others on the other side of the veil as part of the gathering of Israel to gather our descendants who did not have a chance to hear the gospel into the kingdom of God and into the house of Israel. This happens today through family history and temple work. And have you experienced this? Have you experienced this feeling? Have you taken names to the temple yet yourself, like family names? Or have you done that recently? Because we have a lot of family. I work in the temple office here. I'll have to work there tonight, actually. Friday's a particularly busy night. But there's a lot of family cards that come through, and we still get through a fair amount of temple names as well. But there's no shortages of people on those name lists. We don't ever go to print a temple name list and it says, oh, I'm sorry, all the names are done. No. There's so much to do. And if we all get on and do it and do our part, do what we can in the way we can. Now, I have the privilege of organising our ward baptism group, and we have a sealings group going on, so we can get a lot of that done. And we live close to a temple, so we can go more. Now, if you don't get as much done, but the Lord's understanding of that. The point is that you do something. You can even not even take names to the temple. You can share them with the temple. But you can sit there and plug in your family history to Family Search, and it's part of gathering. It's part of gathering your family as you know them and getting to find a place of peace. If you didn't get on well, particularly as a child in a family, like I didn't, there were certainly elements to a family in there, but a lot of us these days don't have that lovely mum, dad, happy family thing. It's just less and less like that. And so we can look back and start finding ancestors that have things in common with us, that we can feel through the Spirit, that we can get to know them, we can get to know their names, and if you've got photos, you can put them up and get to know who they are, and you find some really tragic stories, some really happy stories, some interesting stories, you get some tea and some dirt, but you realise actually that all families and all people are just actually trying to do their best, and some failed spectacularly, but they still tried. And others had issues that you can say, well, I had that issue, but how did they overcome it? What did they do? I've talked about my great-grandfather who decided to leave England after World War I because he said there was another one coming. And he only told them when they were on the boat and her family that they were going to New Zealand, not South Africa, because he felt that South Africa was wrong too. Now, this is a man who never joined the church. But his daughter did, and that's my grandmother, and she had such a strong testimony. One, she loved her dad very, very much, and took great pleasure in doing his temple work, and I'm grateful that got done. But through that, I can now connect through a whole bunch of other ancestors, and the gifts that we have spiritually, you start to see a pattern of them through the family line. Right back through Salem, Massachusetts as well, on my other side, about being seers and knowing things and caught up in the witch trials. But it's a rich history, but it's an opportunity for me to bring them into being part of the house of Israel, because one, it's my responsibility to invite others, but two, because if we're in the house of Israel and it's like a 3-bedroom house with 10 people, that's not fun. Where's everyone else? Like, bring them in. Like, bring everyone in. There's space for everybody. We need everybody to make it good. We need everyone's skills, everyone's kindness, everyone's learning and opportunity. Like, how are we going to get to be better teachers if there's no one to teach? How do we get to be better at serving others if there's no one to serve? Like, this is the whole point of doing this, is to bring people in. So are you trying to experience this, is my question. Are you trying to experience this? Give it a go. What about being in this linked family chain is so important to God, to us, and to Christ's plan? The sealing chains that link us all together. Whether we're sealed to an eternal partner or not, we're still sealed to parents. We can be sealed to parents. And there'll still be chances for that after this world has ended. In the millennium, there's still more that's going to be done to link us all together. It's because we are one big family. We started in heaven as one big family, and He wants us to stay one big family. And family is important. No one likes doing life alone. You might be out there going, yeah, I'm all good, I'm alone. Yeah, that's no. Everybody at the end of the day wants someone to belong to, wants a people to belong to, a place to call home, a place to know that when you go there, you are accepted as you turn up. And that's what the house of Israel is. And that's what we need to make it to be. So turning hearts, there you go. So that's the end of Come Find Me this week. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I know I have got a wicked testimony of family history now. I was never interested until probably, I've met a couple of people maybe, but never really totally that interested in all of it until probably about 3-4 years ago. And the amount I've been able to accomplish in that time is kind of mind-boggling, and I'm like, wow. Like, it's huge. And I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to do that, because I don't know for how long my health will hold out that I can continue to do that. And if I'd started when I was younger, how much more could I have done, So the whole point is, don't beat up on yourself for not doing it. Just do it now. But tithing also I have a testimony of, as long as I've paid tithing, I've never had to go without. The Lord's always blessed me even when I didn't pay it, but when I did pay it, I really didn't have to go without. I was absolutely blessed with enough to overflowing that I could share with others, and I love being able to do that. It's a huge blessing to be able to share with others. You get to do that. It's like such a lovely ministering opportunity. Awesome. So yeah, great stuff, teachings from Jesus this week. Journal, do family history, do some stuff. It's just all in preparation for your relationship with them and to bring people into that house of Israel, because we all want to be one big family, right? Okay, guys, I love you. Stay safe out there. I'll see you next week. Bye.